How to feed yourself at sea by spearfishing. Now, I'm a sailing instructor. I'm not a diving or spearfishing instructor, so this is just my experience. But gosh, when I started cruising over 20 years ago, someone gave me as a gift one of these pole spears, and I had no idea how to use it, and so I had a lot of failed attempts of diving and not coming up with anything. But it's pretty simple to use, and before long, I was able to find all the lobster and fish that we could possibly eat, and it's a great time out there diving on the reef and having fun. So it's real simple. It just has a surgical tubing band on there. You put your thumb through, you reach all the way forward, and then it has a tip out here. This is one of the tips we use. That when it goes through, then it'll open up and then it'll stop it from coming back the other direction. There's also slip tips and real fancy stuff, but this is simple and easy to use. You aim it. I'll turn it around like this and look down it, and then we'll shoot and look for lobster or fish. Now you got to get really close to it, and when we're lobstering, we'll go in more shallow waters, and you're diving down, usually with a buddy. Don't dive alone. One of us will go down, the other one will watch and make sure everything is safe, and go down and you start looking in holes under reef or ledges. That's usually where they'll hide themselves. And so just go around and explore. Practice shooting at some sea cucumbers or some old, shells or something in the bottom of the seabed, so you can get good at shooting these things. They come in different sizes with different kinds of tips and different kinds of bands. Check the regulations of whatever nation you're in. In the Bahamas, you can't use a regular spear gun, anything with a trigger. It has to be a pole spear or a Hawaiian sling, which is a little bit different setup, but both those are legal in the Bahamas as long as you have the proper fishing license. I'll show you what it looks like in a video in just a second, but what I'll do is I'll swim along the surface just while snorkeling, and I'm looking down and looking for something that looks interesting, or if I can see a lobster tentacle sticking out of the hole, like this one we found that was sticking out. And then I'll lift one of my back legs out of the water as high as I can and go straight down right on top of the fish or the lobster, whatever I'm going for. Try to get a good shot. And if I can't, don't take it. But if you can, go ahead and shoot. If you have to leave your spear down there in the hole, go up, get some air, come back down, and then pull it out. So here's Captain Finn finding something, heading down, and bringing up a lobster. So when you leave for cruising, go ahead and get one of these. This kind breaks down, unscrews, folds into about the average suitcase. Start with one. I started with one similar to this, and we've gotten longer spears for fish and different kinds of tips that seem to work better for me. But just throw this into your cruising gear, and before long, you'll be feeding yourself at sea.